This playthrough is rated T for teen.
2 days to solve a murder, you say? Well, I bet we could get it done in 1, unless the game forces us to have 2 for dramatic effect. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Sherlock Holmes and the Case of the Silver Earring. In the last episode, we had to sneak our way into the Fairfax Theater and the waxworks to figure out what was going on, and found out someone else had died, and some interesting information about Grimble and Fallot and a couple other things. So it seems like it's getting a little tense here, and the fact that we got 2 days to solve it, otherwise things are going to go bad. So we got to hurry ourselves up. So let's Holmes is doing some stuff, so let's take a look at our information here. So we should have a couple of things added to our inventory. By the way, if you've had something new added to your inventory, I guess I forgot to mention it before, but it'll be slightly colored if you haven't checked it before, or if it's brand new for purposes of the chapter we need to read, which in this case is these notes right here. So let's check them out. Swindle. Report by Instructor Lestrade, 17th of October, 1897. Auditors who specialize in financial malfeasances have noted certain irregularities in the books kept for Bromsby's enterprises, and specific recurrent and increasing diversions of monies have occurred. These misappropriations are trifling amounts compared to the scale of these holdings, but nevertheless they are still questionable acts. We suspect that the funds were appropriatized by H. Grimble to benefit a small company in India, of which he is an owner or a shareholder. He may have prepared for a comfortable and happy retirement there. We sent 2 of our best men to audit the books to discover if there were any additional irregularities. Until now, there were no results. But should our initial findings be confirmed, Mr. Grimble can say farewell to his position at Bromsby Enterprises and to any related claims to the succession. When I first interviewed Mr. Grimble, we had not yet established these facts, so we did not question him on these points. We did take note that on the night that Mr. H. Fallot was murdered, Mr. Grimble claimed he spent the entire evening at his residence. Since Mr. Grimble is not married, is the only residence of his mansion, we have found no one to confirm his statement. Mr. Grimble was familiar with Mr. Fallot and his house, as he visited there several times with Mr. Bromsby. The documents discovered at Mr. Fallot's home proved that he had been informed by Sir Bromsby of Grimble's financial misappropriations. Here's another item of a singular curiosity. Mr. Grimble and Mr. Fallot were quite similar in appearance. Huh. Didn't we say that Mr. Fallot was seen getting on the train even though he died? Anyway, Wang Jie. Reported by Inspector Lestrade, 17th of October, 1897. The aggressor, Asians by birth, was identified as a certain Wang Jie. He is well known in certain undesirable districts and along the docks of the Thames. Wang Jie was regularly involved in brawls, primarily scuffles with Haunces, something like that. He was sentenced on 3 occasions for small crimes. According to the authorities from the police station near the docks, he was a debt collector for a local criminal band, but for some time he had also been officially employed as the fire thrower in a cabaret act that had been booked at the old Fairfax Theater when it was still open. We haven't gained the upper hand yet. And yeah, Wang Jie was one of the guys at the end of day 3 when we were accosted by like 3 Chinese men, I guess. They were part of this group or whatever, so yeah, it seems like they kind of came out of nowhere, but they explained it later, but still like, wait, what are they doing here? Like, anyway. Lieutenant Harrington, report of Instructor Lestrade, 17th of October, 1897. With the assistance of official contacts, I managed to gather some elements from the file of Lieutenant Harrington, which will contest the testimony of the latter. Indeed, though he brilliantly performed at the officers' school and received the top honors in every discipline, he was also punished from time to time for lack of proper respect towards the rules and authority. Thus, he found himself assigned to a penal battalion in India. While stationed there, despite his brave acts, he incurred the wrath of the military hierarchy because of his behavior as a daredevil. His files indicates that he rashly decided to resign his commission in the active military to join the reserve forces. He then left India to go to South Africa. No doubt the court will be hard-pressed to believe the testimony of a man whose passion gains the upper hand over his reasons.
The devil, this mystery darkens.
This investigation provides us with a new corpse every day. Come, Watson, you can read that later.
Didn't you tell me to go to this place? But yeah, we found out also someone has just died recently, so let's head to Hunter's house.
It looks like we are in the midst of the Bromsby workers' demonstration.
Yeah, because of everything that's been going on, so see if there's anything we can interact with here. Probably not. Nope, we just have to go through the door. Yep.
Here we are, Watson. 29 Strokes Alley.
By Jove, if it isn't Sherlock Holmes.
Hello, Appleby. You're always nearby when there's a whiff of gunpowder in the air, aren't you?
Of course, Mr. Holmes. But what are you doing here? Aren't you working with Inspector Lestrade on the Bromsby investigation?
Well, yes, but something else has come up.
Appleby, I have every reason to believe that the murder of Hunter directly relates to that very case. May I ask you to tell me what you know, and then give me leave to examine the scene?
Of course, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, Hunter, for those who don't know, Hunter was the bartender at Bromsby's, so he just got killed recently for some reason.
What are the facts?
Last night, between 9 and 9:15, a fellow came for me. I was at the pub, which lies a bit further down the lane. He told me that there was the sound of a shot from this bungalow. When we got here, the door was locked. After the landlady got a key, I opened the door. There I saw the dead man lying on the floor. And here we are.
What did you do next?
Well, Inspector Gregson is in charge of the case. He's due to arrive today to start the official investigation. At least they've removed the body.
No, at least they did that.
Do you have any further details about his death?
He was killed by a bullet right through his heart. There was just one shot. At first glance, it appears to have been a small caliber weapon. His landlady told me that he was a common fellow with nothing to remark about, no friends to speak of, not even a lady friend.
A lonely soul.
He has been staying here for 2 years. The landlady told me he spent most of his time with this flower garden. Indeed, I can't believe that somebody could murder a man because of his hydrangeas.
You'd be surprised how much people hate hydrangeas. No, I don't know.
Who has been inside?
Only myself and my assistant to help with the removal of the body. The landlady made her identification of the man after he was removed and then left for her sisters.
Oh,
Have you found anything in the room that points to the murderer?
For the moment, no. When I entered the first time, the window facing the street was open. I closed it and secured the shutters as well. It is possible to expect anything with those demonstrators in the streets. Does this advance the investigation of the Bromsby case?
If you could wait for me here, Watson. Could you open the room for me now, Appleby?
yeah, Holmes is so well known that people are just like, yeah, you can come in, inspect everything, touch everything, it doesn't really matter. He was going to find a way inside anyway, so... Alright, let's have a look at the blood, the obvious thing. At least this thing is a pixel hunting.
It's a trace of human blood.
I hope it's not Chris's blood. Alright, let's see what else is indicated right here. So probably the cabinet, yeah, which is pretty obvious too.
Strange sketches.
Yeah, I guess this guy was an artist. He liked flowers and art. And he was a lonely soul, huh? Well, yeah. Anyway.
This is brand new.
One of those tubes for to put art pieces in or something?
This is brand new.
Oh. Just seeing if there's anything else in here. So, yeah, I think these are like canvases or something like that. So, alright, well, anyway. Let's move back this way. I don't think there's anything else I can interact with. Yeah, windows closed. So let's say fireplace, bed, pillow. At least they didn't steal the pillow this time, so. There, Mr. Holmes. Just trying to see if there's anything else I can interact with in here. Doesn't seem to be. Let's see, maybe I'm missing something, so. Let's see. I thought there's supposed to be something here. Hold on, let me try. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was about to say there's supposed to be something here. I was just missing it every time.
I need something.
All right, looks like a footprint, so.
This footstep is incomplete. It is larger than a size 8, but smaller than a 12. Someone used this window to leave.
Perhaps a 10? Similar to the footprint outside Fowlett's house? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. He doesn't actually say it because it's incomplete. But, anyway, let's go back outside.
Thank you, Appleby. I have learned nothing conclusive. Tell me, Watson, would you mind strolling in the garden to wait for Gregson?
At your service, sir.
Anything to say? No, okay.
Thank you, Appleby.
At your service, sir.
Alright, well, anyway, let's go to the greenhouse. So let's go down this way, check it out, see what's going on. Alright, what do we got here? Plants?
Nothing of any interest here.
Are we just stealing plants?
Some of these flowers are not from England.
Perhaps India or something like that? It's hard to say.
Nothing of any interest
I
here.
don't know why I clicked that again. So it's just to say, hey, there's a supposed to be something.
Some of the
Something else is supposed to be here. Maybe I'm
nothing of any interest here.
maybe I need a backup or something like that. So let me back up. Maybe it's over here.
What in the name of reason are you looking for, Holmes?
I don't know. I just want my own. I want my own potted plant. I want to learn how to grow hydrangeas. I don't know.
What a curious small flower.
What the?
Several bills for the sum of £21. Watson, we need to secure the item that was pawned under this ticket with all due haste. Could you take care of it? We shall meet this evening at Sherringford Hall.
All right, Holmes.
Let us return to Baker Street.
And for whatever reason, the game, unlike before where the game would always take us to Baker Street, this time we actually had to go manually, which is weird, so.
We must learn the identity of the dead man discovered in the cement factory. Let's examine his belongings.
Alright. Oops. Trying to... There, go back over here. Yep, come on. Come on, Holmes. You know you want to do it. I'm gonna try going back over here. I'm trying to get it to where I can see... No, it won't even let me interact with his thing there. So, okay, well, let's open up the inventory then and mess with that. So let's put the pawn shop receipt in our inventory. The one we got earlier. Let's see. S. Hunter murdered. News reports, recreational tableau, the Limes, famous English newspaper since 1846. Mysterious drama in London. Last night at about 9 o'clock at 29 Strokes Alley, Miss Linford, a peaceful landlady from the Soho district, heard dreadful sounds coming from one of her bungalows. Overcoming her fear, she asked one of her tenants to call for the police. The first officer on the night watch, Sergeant Appleby, found the body of the tenant, a barman from Hartford named Simon Hunter, dead from a revolver shot. The evidence reveals no motive for his murder, as the young man has neither any valuables nor impertinence private life. And then the pawn shop receipt. One golden exotic jewel, 2 days. Palomino Graziani, owner of the pawn shop. Okay. Okay, so... Alright, we need to grow to... I think we need to go to the bookshelf and get something as well. I maybe have to wait to do that. Hold on. Let me see.
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey. I must have a book that speaks about this abbey.
That's it. I forgot you have to actually click on it. Then it lets you click on his book. Alright. We somehow grabbed the book, so... let's read it.
Richmond's Abbey. I believe it was built in the 15th century to house an order of Anglican monks. It should surely be there. Let's visit this place, but in disguise. Let's see if this place is located on the map.
Alright, well let's get our disguise first, so...
Let's visit this place, but in disguise.
Yeah, let's back up. We need to go to our disguise room, which is back this way, I believe. Oh. Come on. Yeah, let's see. Nope. Hold on. Okay, I try to... Okay, let me see if I can do it this way. Basically, we have to get to the back room. Yeah, I don't know why this game's being a bit tricky on that. Yeah, I have to get there. There we go. Oh, wow, nice disguise. That was quick. Yeah, sometimes the games, like, weirdly, technically have minor issues every once in a while, so... Oh, well. Now we can go to the Abbey. Alright. Now we're in our new disguise, Mr. Yeah, in the books, Sherlock Holmes is known to go in disguise quite often, so that's nothing new. Look at the design on those leaves there, the lightning in the background. Oh man, early 2000s. I miss it. I actually do. I kind of miss this type of aesthetic. I mean, obviously games should improve and never go backwards, but it doesn't mean I can't have nostalgia for it, so.
Yes, my son?
I am sorry to disturb you, brother, but, well, you see, I have a matter of great importance which led me here, and I'm certain that you may be of help. Well, I am looking for my brother. Not a brother like yourself, but rather my brother by birth. He might have joined the Order, but I think it is unlikely. You see, he has not always chosen the right path in life. I recently learned that he had had some troubles, and I have been frantic to find him. One of his acquaintances told me that my brother had spoken of Richmond's Abbey. My brother's name is James Little. Perhaps you know of him? If I ask you some questions, would it trouble you? It would at the least help me to learn whether he is here. He is unaware, but recently we received a small inheritance. I think if he were told of this, it would ease his mind and help him put these troubles behind him.
Yeah, sure. Nice way to make up a lie off the top of your head, Sherlock.
This forest is most impressive.
It is very large. If someone were to hide in there, it would be most difficult to find them.
Why would you say that? At least these druids aren't as crazy as the Mystery of the Druids or whatever whatever is considered like the worst point-and-click adventure or one of the weirdest point-and-click adventure games of all times or something like that. There's been videos and stuff like that. I've actually never played it. I just saw the artwork for it and be like, oh, this looks dumb.
The Abbey produces a fine liquor, doesn't it?
Yes, we distill a liquor that contains medicinal herbs. It does allow us a small income, but it also can attract certain rascals. That's why we are mindful of inquisitive strangers.
Surprised he said herbs and not herbs. Usually most people say herbs when they say the herbs, so a lot of languages don't pronounce the H.
Have there been any burglaries?
Oh, we do get the occasional tramp. They sometimes seek shelter in the old ruins that lie in the midst of the forest. They have been known to trespass into our sacred cloister, seeking some sustenance. At least, that is always their tale upon discovery. But it is only the liquor that goes missing.
No, I mean, that's not... I mean, liquor can be expensive, but at least it's minor, I guess.
Do you know the way to these ruins?
Many paths lead there. If you are prepared for a walk, you may take the path that lies 30 meters in that direction.
I've got a real question for you. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Thank you very much, brother. I would not at all be surprised if my brother is discovered to be the architect of your recent thefts, as he may well be hiding within the forest ruins. Sadly, for some time now, he has suffered from an addiction to strong drink. Please allow me to indemnify these losses on my brother's behalf. I am afraid it will have to come from his share of the inheritance. Goodbye.
Good luck, my brother.
Yeah, what a nice guy Sherlock is to pay for this, even though he has nothing to do with it. So, yeah, it's to keep up the lie, I guess. Oh yeah, I wonder if you could read the encyclopedia. Yeah, I forgot you could read that. So let's check that really quick. Richmond's Abbey, 15th century building, cloister of an order of Anglican monks, large natural forest. Okay. All right, let's see if we can find this ruin.
Not very engaging.
Yeah, especially with this weather here. Although this is typical British weather. So, although weird to have this music playing in the background for this, but you can see the footprints and everything. No, I thought there was a body hanging there for a second. I was like, I didn't think this game got that dark, even though there's murder in it and everything like that. So, I mean, it's calming music, but I'm just saying it's a little weird to have it be. So we got two paths now to get through this direction. So, all right, let's go left first. Or oh, there we go. All right, that'll take us to this crossroad, which will go down this way. I believe it's this way anyway.
I can go no further.
No, I guess not. Looks like it's a dead end. Remember the what the paths are here in the future, just to give you a heads up. There's a reason to pay attention to this, by the way. So, yeah, I'm surprised. You know, Sherlock doesn't have a raincoat or anything like that for this. He lives in London. He knows how the weather's like. Dreary. It's like living in was it Oregon or Seattle in my country, where it's like ridiculously like rainy
What can it be?
and drizzly all the time and stuff like that. So. Yeah, I'm just checking all the different ways. Really, there's only one specific way to get to where we're going, but... And remember to remember your direction, by the way, which way you're going, so...
I can go no further.
Okay, nothing this way. Oops. I accidentally pulled out my tape measure. Yeah, I can see the tree in the background, so... Yeah, not much really to check out here. I mean, other than just seeing some of the unique scenery, but...
Is it near there?
Yeah, where's this go? Yeah, it takes us back the way we came, so... Yeah, it's just going through a jolly old time as we get into the head towards the ruins. So, actually, there's something about being jaunting in the forest during a rainstorm. Huh? Is that pale there? Yeah, it's probably not important. So I can't go. Let's see. Yeah, just taking the road less traveled.
I smell smoke.
Okay, so now if Sherlock Holmes says that, we need to make sure to have a save, because we'll have a timing section up ahead because of what's going to happen. So, all right, yeah, you see off in the distance that there's a fire, which means we're going to have to put that out here in a second. So we just need to be aware of where we went to get back to this place. So okay, so let's prepare. All right, let's go up ahead.
Quick, some water to douse this fire, else we lose precious evidence.
Okay, so we got a minute to do this, so we need to run. So hopefully the game doesn't mess me up by doing this. So come on. Oops. Ah, game, stop it. I think we have directly a minute to do this, by the way, too. Alright, let's go back this way. We need to grab this pail. Now, if you want to stop time for a second...
Quickly, I must find some water.
Okay, so we can actually press escape and go here. So if you want to save again, for example, although I think if you save, I think it doesn't keep the save even if you want to, because it'll take you to a point before the danger occurred, so that way you don't like mess up a save or something like that. So okay, so I just need to remember the way we go. So okay, so trying to remember my notes here. So okay, I need to turn left here. Okay, left, right, left. And then I believe, let's see, left, right, left again. I think it's this way if I recall. No, I might have actually gone a little bit out of the way. Oh well, that's fine. There it is. So let's grab the pail of water. Okay, now back the way we came. Hopefully, yeah. Game's kind of kind of giving me the game. Yeah, the game's kind of a little wonky here, so. Oh, there we go. Sorry, the game's being a bit silly on me. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, game's wanted me to tense this up on purpose, huh? Oh, whoops. Oh, wrong way. Dang it. I knew I took one of the wrong paths. Hopefully I didn't. Even though it took me like 30 seconds to get there in the first place. Alright, come on. We can get here. We can do it. Although I think I might have messed up already, so.
I can go no further.
Yep, I messed up, so. I thought I went the wrong way. No! I'm gonna fail. Yeah, well, it didn't help that the game, like, has some wonky interactions, you know. Yeah, I'll have to do it over again. Yeah, I clicked the wrong direction. I mean, maybe I might make it if I hurry. Nah, I think I'm too. Yeah, I forgot that there was that extra screen there, so. Okay, let's reload. Do it again. So sorry about that. I knew I messed up when I went to that one direction.
If I am to find any evidence.
Okay, back up. I think if I end up double clicking again, I think it actually slows me down. I think is what happened. Okay, I'm doing a little bit better before because now the game isn't. Okay. Speak of the devil. Why would you slow down all of a sudden, dude? You can tell I'm getting a little miffed. Oh, come on, game.
And now, quickly, I must find some water.
Yeah, don't spend too much time doing this, man. Yeah, run as fast as you can. I'm the gingerbread man. Ah. Okay, come on. Actually, I think if I go down that one direction, I think it's actually faster if I recall, but I might be able to make it with just as is. As long as you don't stop or get stuck on like a side wall or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's a case of yeah, we're cutting it pretty close every time. There we go. I just gotta remember not to keep. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think if I click way too much, it'll stop me and slow me down. So. I think I'm gonna go this way. There we go. Yeah, the problem is I went the wrong direction last time. Oh, come on. Man, that's so frustrating. You can always tell when I don't like it, when something doesn't go my way, when I'm oh, whoops, nope. I almost made the same mistake again. When I know what I'm supposed to do, but when the game like causes trouble with me, it gets me a little irritated. You can always this whole playthrough I've been rather pretty calm about things, but when things don't go my way, all of a sudden I get salty. I think it's like most people. Okay, I think we got this. Despite it being pretty close. Oh, I guess I could have shown off what happens if you fail. Like, I think the same thing happens if I recall. Like, I think it says the same description of when you fail, so. Alright. Whoop, hit my mic. Sorry about that. Actually, you might not even hear that, but I'll mention that I did that anyway. Because I was trying to hit the escape button on here, so.
My word, I can't see anything.
No, I'm sorry you can't do that, Mr. Holmes. Boo-hoo.
All these papers were gathered and burned. I need to find evidence somewhere else.
Now we got a candle here. Can we light the way?
I must light the lamp. I can't see a thing.
Matchbox for the win.
Ah, now I see better.
Even though we can see in here. But have you ever been in a cave with like light like that? Like, it'll light whatever it is, but stuff in the corners you have a hard time seeing, so.
I need something.
It looks like there's blood and everything around here.
This is ink. It is not English, and it fell on the floor maybe 2-3 days ago.
Ink, huh? Oops, put that up. Can we check the footprints? Oops. There.
Someone has slept here.
Well, yeah, there's a bed here. What do you expect? Still surprised this music plays during this section. I don't know why. I always relegate this to Holmes's house situation, not anywhere else, if that makes sense.
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey.
Oh. Well, so someone did steal. Well, I mean, it's not like the monks would lie, but, you know, that's where whoever stole it ended up here, so. Alright, let's see. Let me try, oops. Oh, there it is.
I need something.
I was trying to look for the footprint, so.
Footsteps, size 10.
Okay, so we got that unknown size foot that's half, and then we have the 10 footprint from Pallet's house, so might be the same person. Maybe. Yeah, brick wall, huh? Ooh, hello.
I need something.
So we got an old brick in the wall that we need to pull it out. So, well, let's use the knife. I'll do something with a knife.
Ah, I was positive. It moves.
Nah, you're happy about a lot of things, Holmes.
Very interesting. I should leave this forest and join Watson at Sherringford Hall.
So that's it?
These letters are faded and illegible.
No, but we had one, so let's read that really quick.
This ink is not made in England.
How would you know that? Seriously, dude, you need a hobby. No. Letter from an alcoholic. I have always tried to avoid boredom in any possible way. First, it was just a few rounds with my fellows, and the alcohol all the time. Alcohol all the time, all the time, all the... Read them hundreds of times. Enough, enough. My story is worth as much as another story. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. I was ruined and misunderstood. This swine enjoyed success in his life because of my mother's money, but half of this money held by him must be given back to me according to all that is right. Absolutely, Your Honor, half. And I wasn't going to let myself so easy when you are so far away, and when you are dream owing to him. I'd be able to nearer more to this cursed foul continent. Shades to the devil. I was told about it at school when I was quite small. Shades of the devil. Yes, certainly they are demons. They are they whisper sweet words into your ears. They listen to you and make promises to you. They say that they will help you when you are down, but no. They help you to rise only so that they can lead you to hell. They lifted me one under each arm, but when I bade them cease in the midst of their prattle, I then heard the sounds of their demon wings. Demons! Haven't done this on purpose, I swear. I'm sure he knew, but why? Why have money? It is certain, Your Honor, that they, and then that's all it goes with, so. Interesting. Well, definitely the ramblings of a drunken man, so. Alright, so let's head back. Alright, let's get out of here. I think that's actually it for this place, so. And for whatever reason, we need to go out of the forest without, on our own. I don't know why. Because if I try to, well, let's see if we can leave now. Yeah, it won't let me leave. For whatever reason, we can't warp back. We have to manually go back through the forest and back to the Abbey to warp. Like, this is probably the single worst point of waste of time of the whole game. Oh well, whatever you can do, I guess. It's just, you know, silly. But yeah, I think, as far as I'm aware of, I think you have to hit the Abbey itself to warp. The power of warping, my friends. Nah, I guess I could have gone the fastest way. Oh well. I'll just go the way I was aware of, so, before. Yeah, you know you're done when Sherlock Holmes says to go back to Sherringford Hall or whatever, but he doesn't say, hey, I need to go back to the Abbey to teleport. To break the laws of physics as it is. Yeah, still a nice stroll through the... Like I said, I don't mind strolling through the rain, as long as I have protection from the rain of some sort, like an umbrella or something like that. There's something soothing about it. Yeah, there is the danger of getting, like, a cold or pneumonia or allergies or whatever, but still. Alright, now we can teleport. Yeah, let's head back to Baker Street first.
Let us return to Sherringford Hall.
Yeah, now we can go to Sherringford Hall. Why? I don't know why. I know why. We were supposed to get out of our outfit is what we're trying to do, so.
Oh, Dr. Watson. Beg pardon for imposing on you, but I must get a message to Inspector Lestrade, and... He is just inside, and I am sure that he would be most eager to assist you. No, it would be better if he would hear this from you rather than myself. The present situation requires me to be elsewhere. Please be good enough to tell Inspector Lestrade that I renounce any rights to the succession. Also, I will not be at my offices. I would not wish him to waste time looking for me there. Goodbye, and I thank you for your kind assistance, Dr. Watson.
I was upstairs and I could have sworn I just saw that blasted scoundrel Grimble through the window.
Yes, you are right. But you have no chance of catching him now. He has run away as if the very devil himself were after him.
It is not the devil that's after him, but myself. He would fare better if it were the devil on his trail.
He gave me a message for you, Lestrade. He said he renounces any rights to the succession.
What do you say? This is astonishing news. This will not prevent me from finding him. I want to know how it so happens that a dead man is found in a building to which only Grimble is known to possess the keys. By the way, where is our great detective? Oh, here he comes now.
Hello, gentlemen. What were you discussing?
Grimble has renounced all possible rights to the succession of Bromsby Enterprises.
But that does nothing to alter the fact that he is the ideal guilty party. Sir Bromsby had very important news that he intended to announce on the day of his death. What if this surprise news was the ouster of Grimble and Bromsby's intent to name his own daughter to succeed him? Do you think something otherwise, Holmes?
No, it is nothing. May I ask you a question, Lestrade? Would it be possible to keep this new information about Grimble from Miss Bromsby, but for a few days?
It's a deuced odd request, but I presume that you must have your reasons. I will do my best to keep this information private till the day after tomorrow.
Thank you, Lestrade. By the way, I would like to speak with Miss Bromsby. Where can I find her?
I do believe she's with her faithful knight in her sitting room. This gentleman never, so to speak, leaves her side. If this story spares them any further pain, no doubt they will soon be renowned as the most beautiful couple in London. I'm trying not to think about it, but my heart feels heavy that I may have been an instrument of their sorrow.
By the way, my brother Mycroft has answered one of my letters, and his information seems to be most interesting. You can look at it if you would like. I have had a copy made for you.
Okay, now we can actually talk. So, yeah, apparently Holmes has the ability to phase through doors. But anyway, yeah, it's just a graphical thing. And Mr. Grimble decided to leave and give up the fortune, despite the fact that we have proof that he's been skimming stuff off the top. It's like he's trying to scuttle away out of here. Perhaps he's the criminal. But anyway, let's read that note Mycroft gave us. Mycroft, by the way, is... I mentioned this before. He's Holmes' older brother, which apparently is more intelligent than Holmes, from what we understand. And he has a unique position in the British government, which is how Holmes is able to get like unique information from him, because he's got an inside man, basically. So, dear Sherlock, with time of the essence, here's the information I managed to gather. W&G Company was founded by Joseph Grimble and his partner Raymond Waters. The majority of the capital was provided by Waters, who was the son of a wealthy shipowner. When J. Grimble died in 1886, his shares passed according to his will to his partner, Mr. Waters. The business of the Kalidasa Abyss is one that we, as British people, are loath to remember. In the entire history of colonization, we have played falsely with the image we claim for ourselves. The truth of this murky business is still protected by the military authorities, so I possess but a small portion of the facts in this matter. Because of the Kalidasa Abyss, the supply convoys of the garrisons from the northwest of Bombay had to make long detours. A decision was reached to construct a bridge over the abyss. The construction was entrusted to a contractor who enjoyed strong support within the military echelons of Mr. Melvin Bromsby. Bromsby committed to perform this task in a time frame that many specialists considered extremely ambitious, given the difficulties associated with the location and other practicalities. The abyss was situated in the middle of a jungle located in a distant and isolated place. A battalion was assigned to assure the security of the construction efforts that would take several months. One of the officers from this battalion was Captain Lowry. From the beginning, nothing went right with the project. They talk of how poor the soil proved to be and the recurring accidents. The rains from ritual sacrifices were found at the bottom of the abyss, which caused fear in the superstitious Hindu workers. There was also the presence of a man-eating tiger nearby and other exotic mysteries. Thus, in the next few weeks, the construction suffered considerable delays. At the start of the second month, the officers in charge of the battalion asked to be retained in their role of supervision, regardless of the personal hardships with this assignment. The commandant Bromsby supported their request, as it was a great opportunity to economize on the cost of construction, which were considerable. Then the officers asked for men from the nearby villages and the towns to strengthen the teams on site. The soldiers following the convoys complained that large barriers barred the view of the site and prevented assessment of its progress. They were also denied passage beyond these enclosures. They further noted that although they brought workers to the site, they had never escorted any from the place and back to their homes. They were also deeply concerned that they could not identify the source of an unbearably foul stench that surrounded the worksite. Some people claimed that they had fallen ill merely from breathing the smoke from some invisible fire that came from the impenetrable mound. The construction was eventually completed on or near schedule, but an inconceivable number of Indian families still do not know what happened to their husband, father, son, or brother. They left one day to build this bridge, never to be seen or heard from again. One of the officers, Captain Lowry, tried to reveal the truth that everyone preferred to be left unknown. He was abandoned by his superiors and his comrades. He wanted to leave Bombay and apply for the post of principal at a penitentiary in Italy. It occurs frequently with non-commissioned officers, as there is no better director than a former officer of the British Army. Everyone knows it and is envious because of it. But the army refused to grant him leave. They threatened him with charges of desertion if he left the Indian territory. They must have been afraid that one day he would reach England and find attentive ears for a story which must not be told. He died ill and alone, and here is a strange request from a soldier of the British Army. He asked to be cremated in the Indian manner. Yeah, we read about that before. This last request was in fact from I think it was a newspaper article. In the Indian manner, this last request was in fact refused by the army. All of his property was bequeathed to the military orphanage, Brahmi, in Bombay, in hopes that this information shall prove helpful. Good luck, Mycroft. Okay. Now that we've got that, let's see if we can't talk to them, so I guess he's reading the letter. So let's see if we can find Lavinia. Now we need to go to the ladies' powder room.
I hear laughter coming from the powder room.
I think it's here. Alright, over this way. Oh, hello. Two lovebirds chatting with each other, huh? What are you talking about? Can I bug you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Holmes. James has just been showing me the photographs from his hunts.
Oh, but I wasn't the only hunter.
My respects, Miss Bromsby. Hello, Lieutenant. If I could have a look.
Yeah, it's a nice piece you got there.
I must say, this is quite a handsome specimen, but it is surprising how light it appears.
That bull weighed near 1,000 stones.
No, beg pardon. I was referring to your portfolio.
That is but another souvenir of my travels to Africa.
Well, that was awkward. Have you ever heard that nervous laugh before?
I came here specifically to inform you that everything goes well with the case, Miss Bromsby. But I need to ask you a question of a more personal nature. If the lieutenant would be so gallant as to give us a moment of privacy.
Your servant, Mr. Holmes. I will retire to the smoking room.
Yeah, I want to hit on your girlfriend.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Okay, this is one of the times where if you didn't grab this picture from a long time ago, you're kind of SOL'd for whatever reason if you forget to grab it. And it's one of the few things the game does not require you to grab to continue on, which is a bit weird. Man, we need to show this photo to Miss Lavinia here.
Does this photograph belong to you?
Yes, it's mine. This is the photo of an actress who was with their touring London company. They gave a performance at the town near my boarding school in Switzerland. This is Miss Davenport. She was kind enough to meet with us in her dressing room after the show.
Really? Go on.
And how would you describe this actress?
Oh, she was fascinating, on the stage and in life as well. She personally inscribed this likeness for me. You see, they were available for purchase during the intermission. She was so very beautiful.
Pray, continue.
When I met with her, she showed me this beautiful earring that she wore. It was in the shape of a wave with foam, made entirely of sparkling stones. It's strange, but I have never talked about this with anyone till now. I do hope I see her again someday.
Perhaps. Now, listen to me, my dear child. I must ask you to speak to no one about our conversation, not under any circumstances. The discovery of the truth rests on your silence.
Yeah, so shut your gob.
I've got to go now.
I understand.
This lieutenant seems a very commendable person. Miss Lavinia is fortunate to have him near. Lestrade was saying that he has found more evidence of Grimble's trail. The corpse we found at the cement factory may well have been an accomplice and the true murderer of Sir Bromsby. Grimble could have easily obtained an invitation for him to the reception. Then, some time after the deed was done, Grimble eliminated his accomplice to prevent his speaking. Or perhaps not. Whatever are you musing about, Holmes? Holmes?
What is it, Watson?
Blast it, Holmes! You haven't heard a word that I have said.
It is of no consequence. Tell me, have you had the opportunity to redeem the item with the receipt we found at Hunter's?
Oh, yes, it was a simple matter. In order to get the best price, Hunter agreed to redeem the item within 2 days' time. Look, these appear to be real diamonds.
It seems to me that we have gathered all of the key elements, Watson. However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings. The questions should be answered yes or no and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
And we finally got the aforementioned silver earring. It wasn't until like near the end of the game. Yeah, we've only got one more day left. We're almost done. And the silver earring doesn't come up till the last second. You think it would come up a little bit earlier or mentioned sooner. And then you're like, this has something to do with everything. Yeah, I don't know why it's called the case of the silver earring until like the very last minute. They're like, all right. But anyway, let's answer the quiz again, like before. Okay. Was the leader of the thugs who attacked Holmes directly connected to the case? Yes. Whoops, sorry. Yes, he was. All right, so this is a document situation. So, let's see, was the report from Lestrade about Wange. There. Okay. Number 2. Can we say that the person who killed Simon Hunter is skilled with weapons? Yes, because of the whole being able to shoot someone very efficiently or whatever. So the conversation was with Mr. Appleby. Right there. Alright. Are the ruins near Richmond's Abbey a common haunt for wonders? Yes. Wait, did I answer? Okay. Just making sure I answered correctly this time. Okay, so we need to add Brother Richard. Or the brother from Richmond Abbey for that one. Alright, number 4. Can the handwriting in the message found in the ruins be the same as that on the previous documents? Yes. So, both of them are documents in this case. So we need a letter to Grimble from, yeah, threat to WC. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, threat to WC there, and then we need this threat as well, which is the you must pay. So, okay, that's that one. All right, number 5. It is easy for a retired English officer to find work as a prison warden abroad. Yes, the letter from Mycroft tells us that one. All right, and that should be it. So let's close it up.
It is simplicity itself, Watson. We have answered all the questions.
Hello, Watson.
Good morning, Lestrade. You are an early riser.
Good morning, Lestrade. You look really tired. You must have had a lengthy meeting with the minister.
But hold on. How on earth could you know that, Holmes?
I can read you like an open book. I jest with you, gentlemen.
It's not the proper time for jesting, Holmes. But upon my word, how did you find out about the minister? I was assured that only 3 or 4 persons at most had knowledge of this meeting.
Oh, I would rather withhold my explanation.
So you must be aware of the subject of the meeting.
Indeed, but Dr. Watson knows nothing of these events.
Well, our incorruptible yet ever practical minister shared the thoughts of the Chancellor of the Exchequer with me. They've decided that it would be most imprudent, given the crisis we're under, for a young lady barely 18 years of age to take control over one of the country's 3 biggest building enterprises.
I begin to understand, but...
According to the minister, despite his bad habits due to the lack of consideration for his partner, Grimble is the only individual that the council has faith in to reverse the current state of the Bromsby holdings. It was further explained to me that if there is a choice to make in the direction of my investigation, and lacking any new evidence to the contrary, I must take these concerns into account.
This is outrageous.
And you, Lestrade, what are your personal thoughts on the matter?
I really can't say, Holmes. The prospect offered by Grimble seems so attractive. He had credible motive to murder Bromsby and then foul it. In addition, he was the only individual with apparent access to the shed at the cement factory where we discovered the corpse of his presumed accomplice. However, the only gadfly to this theory is his statement to Dr. Watson when he clearly renounced all rights of succession.
That is an item of singular curiosity.
It is difficult for me to believe that a man who could plan and execute 2 or 3 murders with such cool presence of mind would give up an opportunity of this magnitude so easily. I also have spent sufficient time at Sherringford Hall to have a high opinion of Lieutenant Harrington.
I agree with you. This young man, by all accounts, has an unimpeachable character.
I have no evidence to cast doubt on the truthfulness of his testimony. We reconstructed the crime, and it was evident from where he stood he could easily see Miss Bromsby despite the crowd. Really, Holmes, I'm not a man who would hand over an innocent girl to the executioner, even should it cost me my career.
I am pleased to hear you say this, Lestrade. By the way, Lestrade, have you any knowledge of the place known as Aston's Theatre?
Is it that shabby theatre that lies near the bank of the Thames?
Yes, several weeks ago it was acquired by the Fairfax Theatre Company. Their international tour appears to have been most successful as they are set to open their new play in a week. Dwight Richards happens to be their director.
You mean the author of the threatening letter that we found on Bromsby's desk? I must admit, I thought the letter to be of small consequence. After all, it involved a matter from so long ago.
Sometimes old wounds are the most painful. In fact, we are leaving for Aston's right now. I know that you are quite busy, but if you feel like joining us, meet us at noon.
Alright, well, looks like we made ourselves to the audience hall here. But it seems like if we want to save England from the troubles that's been going on because of the Bromsby fortune being in questionable hands, we'll have to solve this in one day. Can Holmes solve the case of the murder of Bromsby and those around him? What does the silver earring have to do with this? What does the singer have to do with this? Is Lavinia guilty? Is Mr. Grimble? What is his whole blackmail situation really about? Who is the murderer? Find out next time in the finale of Sherlock Holmes and the Case of the Silver Earring. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.